And we're live. And we're back. Live and direct. Episode 25. World Cup Qualifiers Daily. Wow, we're back a little later than usual because, Super Sunday yesterday. Back again Monday. Did a live watch along for the Switzerland, Bulgaria, Italy, Northern Ireland match, and more. And all right after I came home from work, so had to rest up a bit, put out a few clips, had to go shopping, and now I'm back. So, yeah, the work never stops, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow for Super Tuesday. And when I say super, I mean Super Tuesday, where there's games in Concacaf, Conmebol, AFC, in CAF, and, of course, in Uefa for that final spot left in Group G. The Netherlands, Norway, or Turkey will take that last direct spot. One of those teams will get the playoff. There's also action in Group D where France takes on Finland on the road. Finland would look to get something from that game. And Ukraine play Bosnia on the road where they would look to handle business and go into the playoffs, because it's going to be a very interesting playoff as well, where Italy and Portugal will be part of the scenario. So, without further ado, guys, we're going to get straight into today's action. Don't want the live stream to be super long, but we are going to go over all my predictions for tomorrow's games. I have new predictions. I have refreshers from the previous predictions that I made over the last couple of days. And we're going to discuss the matches that were played today, Monday, November the 15th. I know it's already Tuesday, November the 16th for some of you guys watching in other parts of the world. But for me, it is still pretty much Monday. So let's do this. And plus, today was the day I went back to work after my vacation. Last vacation of the year. So without further ado, let's get into the content, and we're going to kick things off with the games over in Africa. We had a few dead rubber games today in Africa, and we're going to just recap those games briefly and then move right on. We're not going to spend too long on those games. So, just a quick recap of what happened yesterday, though. Yesterday, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia 1-1. Let me just scroll up a bit. You see what happened yesterday. To just make it a little bit more interesting. You know what I mean? All right. So, yesterday, quick. Zimbabwe 1, Ethiopia 1, Madagascar 1, Tanzania 1. Those were dead rubbers. Congo DR beat Benin to surpass them in the table to go into the final round of African World Cup qualifiers. Mali, who already qualified, beat Uganda 1-0. Ghana pipped South Africa to that final spot as well, in a controversial goal scored by Andre Ayew. I think South Africa was robbed. Yeah, I'm going to stick to that. Senegal 2, Congo 0. And we get to today's matches there. Let's scroll down a bit there. Today's games. We have Kenya 2, Rwanda 1. So in that game, Michael Olunga in the 3rd minute. Then Richard Odada in the 15th minute from the penalty spot, and then Olivier Niyonzima in the 66th minute for a consolation goal for Rwanda. So Kenya finished the group 3rd, Rwanda 4th, Uganda 2nd, and Mali with an almost perfect record, 16 points through to the final round, where they're 180 minutes away from making their debut at Qatar 2022. So we're going to move on to the next game. And that game is between Namibia and Togo. I did predict Namibia to win that game, but they lost the game. And for Togo, Eluge Plaka scored in the 88th minute. Late goal there to break the Namibian hearts. So Congo finished last in the group with 3 points. Namibia 3rd with 5 points. Togo 2nd with 8 points. And Senegal at the top with 16 points. Togo qualified for the World Cup back in 2006, and back then they were one of 4 debutants, I think, along with Ghana, Ivory Coast, Togo themselves, and Angola. So that was a pretty weird World Cup where 4 teams debuted all at once from African Confederation. Are we going to get any debutants this time around from Africa? I don't know, man. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Guinea-Bissau and Sudan played to a 0-0 draw, while Niger beat Djibouti 7-2. So well done there by Niger. And with that 7-2 drubbing, they finished third in the group, while Djibouti finished last, losing all 6 games, shipping 29 goals and scoring 4 in the process. Niger did ship 17 goals themselves, but did score 13, so not bad at all. Maybe in about 20 years, they might qualify for a 48-team World Cup. You never know. And Burkina Faso is second with 11 points, where they need to pick up a win against Algeria on the road tomorrow to actually qualify for the final round, where themselves and Algeria played back in 2014, and Algeria beat them on the away goal rule to qualify for the World Cup. So that does it for those games. And what we're going to do, we're going to go down to the Tuesday, November 16th matches, and we are going to give some predictions for those games. Big up to everybody watching right about now. Make sure you leave your predictions in the chat. We'll definitely appreciate that. So this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough to predict these matches, I must say. It's going to be hard, but I got my predictions ready, and I'll share them with you right now. So let us start with the dead rubber games first, and then we'll get to the more important ones at the back end. But let me take a sip of my drink. My throat is a bit dry right now. I've been doing a lot of talking. Could understand. All right. In Group F, I will show you the tables in a second. Group F, Egypt have already qualified. They play against Gabon. I'm going for Egypt to win that game 2-0. 2-0. Nothing to play for. FIFA rankings, maybe bragging rights. But I'm going for Egypt to win the match 2-0. The game between Libya and Angola, I'm going for the game to end in a 2-2 draw. Fair enough, right? 2-2 draw. And it's an inconsequential game in Group F, where Angola are currently at the bottom. If they draw, they will finish at the bottom, but they need to pick up a win over Libya to come in third. Third gets nothing anyway, so there will be rotation of squads. There will be experimenting and all of that. So just, don't expect too much from these games. We might get some exciting matches as well. Gabon, they will finish second in the group, and Egypt will go on to pick up 14 points, in my opinion, and go into the final round, where they hope to be one of the seeded teams. And they will be wishing for one of the big guns to actually miss out tomorrow. So that's Group F for you there. And we have a game from Group I between already qualified for the final round Morocco and Guinea. So scroll down, you see that game right there. Morocco versus Guinea. I'm going for Morocco to win the game 3-0. I have not been convinced with Guinea, nor Guinea-Bissau. Maybe Equatorial Guinea, but not Guinea, nor Guinea-Bissau. So Morocco to win 3-0 and going strongly into the final round, where they aim to make it to yet another World Cup finals. With that being said, guys, the other 3 groups, Groups A, the 4 groups, Groups A, B, C, and D, we all have big games from those groups. So let's talk about those games right now. Let's talk about those matches right now. Right now. So we got a game in Group A here between Algeria and Burkina Faso. Let's scroll down to the Group A table. You see what's going on in Group A right now. And you could see how important this match is for both teams. A draw does it for Algeria. Easy. Just draw the game. They drew their first game against Burkina Faso. That was on the road. Could they do it again and go into the final round? Or could Burkina Faso pull an upset here? I'm leaning towards Algeria. They are the champions of Africa. Not that the champions of Africa cannot get knocked out. Look at what happened to Italy. They're the champions of Europe and they are in the playoffs. Sweden pipped them to the spot. You see? So I'm not saying the champions of any continent are guaranteed to qualify for the World Cup. Maybe they should have got like a spot at the World Cup if you win your continental tournament. When you think about it, maybe, you know what I mean, you get a bye and go straight into the World Cup after all. But Algeria could actually miss out here. But being at home and being one of the most informed teams in the world, if not the most, and as far as I could recollect, they're about 32 to 33 games unbeaten on the bounce. So let's not forget that. Someone had to remind me of that the other day. And they asked me why I don't talk about Algeria. And I said I do talk about Algeria in every single World Cup qualifying video. What are you talking about? Yeah, because you have people not tuning into the live streams. That's why. So I'm going for Riyad Mahrez and Baghdad Bounedjah and Islam Slimani, Feghouli and co. to win the game. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0 Algeria, and there won't be any hiccups. I'm not predicting a hiccup here. No hiccup for Algeria. But would I like to see something crazy happening in the group? Hell yeah. You see what I mean? I would love to see something crazy. If Algeria gets knocked out, it would send shockwaves throughout Africa and throughout the football world. But I don't think Burkina Faso is going to do it. They are still unbeaten. They could remain unbeaten with a draw, but a draw won't be good enough. Burkina Faso, you'll have to prove me. You'll definitely have to prove me wrong here. So far in Africa, I've been proven wrong by both Ghana and by Congo DR because I picked Benin, I picked South Africa, and none of those countries qualified. So Algeria, you better hope I'm not jinxing you right now. Now, some people are saying, Dom, everything you predict is going the opposite way. But it is what it is, man. I can't all get them right? I can't get them all right. So that's my prediction for Group A. 2-0 to Algeria. And that's final. Let's see what happens tomorrow. So for that game, however, though, I won't be able to watch that game live in a watch-along. That game will be 11 a.m. I'll be at work, unfortunately. Some of you guys are going to say, oh, Dom, just forget about work, Dom. Take off. Stay home. No, guys, it don't work like that. Don't work like that. So we got games from Group B. We got important games from Group B. We're going to stay on the table, and we're going to move right over to Group B. Tunisia on top. Equatorial Guinea second, only on goal difference. Zambia third. Mauritania fourth. The permutations right now. If Zambia picks up a 3-0 win against Tunisia, they would go up to a +4 goal difference, and Tunisia would drop to a +4 as well. But Zambia would have more goals scored, and they would actually go ahead in the table. But Zambia would then need Mauritania to beat Equatorial Guinea. And as you can see there, Mauritania has not beat anyone. So I doubt it's going to happen, but it's possible still. Anything is possible. This is Africa. This is the continent of volatility and unpredictability and weird refereeing decisions. You see what I'm saying? So anything could happen. But my predictions here. For Tunisia, they would need to win because you don't want to actually depend on, a draw and Equatorial Guinea losing, because I don't think Equatorial Guinea might lose, right? Tunisia has to beat Zambia, and even if Equatorial Guinea beats Mauritania, Tunisia will go through on goal difference. Remember in the last game, Equatorial Guinea did beat Tunisia, so that's why they find themselves in that position right now. And my predictions for Group B, Mauritania versus Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea 2, Mauritania 1. And that would put big pressure on Tunisia. Big pressure. Those games will be at 2 p.m. So I'll be live. I'll be rushing home from work, and I'll be catching these games live with you. So make sure you tune into the live stream tomorrow, okay? So, look, I'm going for Tunisia to beat Zambia, though. You know what I mean? I'm playing it safe here. I'm going for Tunisia to beat Zambia. I don't have the guts here to predict a Zambia 3-0 or 4-0 win. But it could happen. But I'm going for Tunisia to move on to the final round with a 1-0 win over Zambia, and all the other teams would miss out. So there you have it, my prediction for Group B. Short and sweet, man. Tunisia, are you going to flunk out? Or are you going to, steady the ship and move on to the next round? You didn't look good in the game against Equatorial Guinea at all. No. You need a big turnaround here, or else it's bye-bye. 2026. Okay? So we're going to move right on, and that's Group C, where we have a big game as well. Nigeria are on top of the group with 12 points. They only need a draw against Cape Verde. Nigeria are at home. Only a draw will do. Cape Verde has to win. They have the capabilities to do so, but the only team they lost to in the group is Nigeria. So they would need to actually turn that around. They would have to turn that around big time. And are they capable of doing it? Yeah, they have the talent. But in my humble opinion, I think the Super Eagles are going to handle business here. 2-0. Yeah, I really don't see Gernot Rohr and his boys screwing this one up. It is possible. Yeah, you could see. But I think Nigeria handle business and move on to the next round and look to qualify for the World Cup and avoid Argentina in the group stages. Or else, if they draw Argentina, it's game over for them. You see, they haven't been able to avoid Argentina for many World Cups. So the game between Central African Republic and Liberia, that's a home game for Liberia, but I'm going for Central African Republic to win that game. Good luck to all the teams. If Cape Verde manages to pull off an upset against Nigeria, that would be awesome for football too, but I don't think it's going to happen. So we're going to move right on, and we got a big one, a big one coming up in Group D. Cameroon hosts Ivory Coast. They need a win. A draw won't do. But Malawi and Mozambique also play each other. I'm going for Mozambique to beat Malawi 3-1. The game between Cameroon and Ivory Coast. Cameroon have lost once, and that loss came by the hands of Ivory Coast. The Ivorian team is really stacked up, guys. It is stacked to the rafters. Sebastian Halle, if you hear me, looks good. Frank Cassier, Max Gredel. You have Aurier. Maxwell Cornet is on absolute fire these days. And the list goes on. This Ivorian team is one to watch, and they could be making a return to the World Cup. They missed out in 2018. They could be making a return. Definitely. Don't write them off. Cameroon, on the other hand, they got talent. Same bunch of guys that won the 2017 African Cup of Nations, participated at the last Confederations Cup. Frank Zambo Anguissa, Carl Toko Ikambi, Christian Basogag comes to mind, Vincent Abubakar. They would need to be on their A game. They have to pick up a win against this Ivorian team. But look, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw here. Both teams cancel each other out, and Ivory Coast benefit from the draw. Cameroon will be hoping I'm wrong here. They're on home soil, perfect opportunity to pick up a win and send the Ivorians crashing out of World Cup qualifiers. But I think it's going to be the other way around where Nicolas Pepe and Jean-Michel Sorry and them boys go through to the final round. And let's see where they go from there. So my prediction, a 1-1 draw between Cameroon and Ivory Coast. Cameroon yet to miss another World Cup. So that's it for Group D. And that'll be it for Africa in terms of my predictions for tomorrow's games. I touched on Group F and I before I did the most serious games. And let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. So just a quick recap for those who need one. This is how the groups look right now. It's between Algeria and Burkina Faso, Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, and Zambia with an outside chance. Nigeria and Cape Verde fight for that spot. Ivory Coast and Cameroon. Mali through. Egypt through. Ghana through. Senegal through. Morocco through. And Congo DR through to the final round. Only 4 spots left to fill. Let's see who's going to fill them. So, big up to everybody in the chat right about now, man. Nassim being in the house, Trent Tiger Games. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button if you're yet to do so. Appreciate everybody watching right about now and continue supporting that thing. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. Alejandro Loaiza in the house. You still here? Big up. Don Zia. Big up to you. What else we got here in terms of comments, man? Bethel in the house. MVP Kev in the house. How are you doing, MVP Kev? Spencer Campos. Garrett G. Zare Mirza. Brandon. Everybody. Johnny Longs. Everybody in here. Hot Chili. Devonta Jones. How are you doing if you're still in here, bro? How are you? How's everybody doing, man? How are you? Let me see who else. Brother BKL Contreras. Just giving some shout outs to the peoples in the house right about now. Jordan Brown. Who else we got here, man? Who else we got? Let me see. Isaiah Paskins. Luke Simpson. God damn, Jordan Hyman. Christopher Hallgren. Oh, I didn't shout you guys out at the beginning. MW Trolley. If you guys are still here, man. How are you? All right. So that's Africa wrapped up. And what we're going to do, guys, we're going to take about 2 to 3 minutes to just give a refresher of my predictions for Concacaf games coming up tomorrow. You can take a look at the table and all of that because I know not everybody in here was here the last time I did predictions. So I'm going to do you a favor and I'm going to remind you of what I predicted for the games that's coming up tomorrow. Crunch matches, match day 8. All right, let's scroll down to those games. Jamaica versus the USA. USA 2, Jamaica 0 in the first fixture. I'm going for the USA to beat Jamaica again, 2-1. Panama versus El Salvador. El Salvador won on home soil, 1-0. I'm going to go for Panama to return the favor, 2-1. Panama. Following up a great come-from-behind win against Honduras. Costa Rica versus Honduras, 0-0 in the first game. I'm going for this one to end in a 1-1 draw. Canada versus Mexico, 1-1 at the Azteca. And I'm going for the Canadians to pick up a big shock win against the Mexicans in Edmonton in very low temperature. 2-1 to Canada. Let's see if it turns out to happen just so. And this is what the table looks like right now after 7 match days, where the USA, Mexico, and Canada look good, but that could change in a heartbeat. Panama also up there in the reckoning, but Costa Rica, Jamaica, El Salvador, and Honduras are down in the mud, especially Honduras, way down in the mud like earthworms. So that's what the table looks like right there. Anybody making any comments about this table right about now? Anybody coming in with any fire right now? Let me see. Isaiah Paskins, they say Mexico are finished. Luke Simpson, 2-1 to Canada for sure. The GOAT, CJ2K. Supposed to snow during the Canada-Mexico game. Was snowing all day today. God damn, you guys got snow already? Yesterday, it was actually hailing in New York City. I was like, God damn, I hope the hail don't get bigger. I don't want my car to get destroyed, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Big up to the boy, Moderate Mapper, if you're a boy. Are you a boy? Dwight Lewis, how are you doing? Jamaica might win 2-1. I don't know about that, Dwight. Dwight, I don't know about that, Dwight. Dwight, I don't know, bro. That'll be big, but I don't know. Ramathar, how are you feeling? Phil Benny, how are you? Make sure you guys are liking up the videos, you know. Oh, man, they got the boy Luman Yu in here, man. Luman Yu, behave yourself, okay? No fighting today. You're from Tanzania, okay. All right. All right, okay. All right, you're from Tanzania. All right, you're very troublesome Tanzanian. Over the east coast of Africa there. Got beaches and things over there. Big up to Mr. Amani in the house as well. Devonta Jones, that's your Concacaf predictions for you, bro. How are you feeling? How are you? Nice to see you around here. Hui Kim, nice to see you as well. What else we got here, man? Ethan Murray, 1-0 to Canada. Guys, make sure you're liking up the video. Let's get up to 50 likes during this live stream. Don Zia3 is saying, Europe right now, Netherlands, Portugal, Italy are a mess, and I feel for the Netherlands because I want them to win. But if they lose to Norway, they don't even get a playoff spot. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen, you know, if they do lose to Norway. Because Turkey, oh, man, Turkey, I don't think they're going to mess up this chance. And I have predictions for Europe coming up pretty soon. So let's continue. Let's move on to the next confederation where I have some refreshers. And that confederation is the AFC. So I have AFC predictions for you, for the people who missed the predictions and didn't watch the video. Videos on the channel. Go check out the videos. Go check out the clips. I make sure I clip everything for you to get everything in a condensed fashion. And you're not watching the clips. You see what I mean? You're ungrateful. You're ungrateful, man. Don't be ungrateful. But check out the clips. A lot of effort going into these clips, you know. Stop sleeping. Anyways, let us go. Scroll down here to the games that's coming up tomorrow. Pretty sure these games are very early in the morning, man. I might actually catch some of these games, you know, while at work tomorrow, in the pickup truck, sitting down, watching Lebanon, watching Vietnam at 7 a.m., and then again, I'll catch the games. I'll watch a few of these games along with the African games that's coming up early. I'll catch the games, but I won't be able to actually go live or anything because I'll be at work. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll be tuning in live and direct at work. So, early matches tomorrow. In a few hours, those games are coming up. There's clip of my predictions over on the channel. All right, so go check those out, man. Go check those out. Stop sleeping, as I said. So the predictions, Dom. Just let us know the predictions, Dom. Just let us know the predictions. All right, November 16, Tuesday. Vietnam versus Saudi Arabia. Group B there. Saudi Arabia to win the game 2-0 after defeating Vietnam 3-1 in the return leg. China versus Australia. Australia did beat China 3-0. I'm going for a 3-1 win for the Aussies. Aussie. Oi. Socceroos to go up to 13 points. Oman versus Japan. I'm going for Japan to get their revenge over Oman after losing on match day 1 1-0 at home. 2-1 win for Japan. They return the favor. You know, they say revenge is sweet. You know what I'm saying? Only one thing in life is sweeter than revenge. And you know what it is. All right? If anybody have enough balls to let me know what it is, yeah, let me know what it is in the chat. So, Group A. Iraq versus Korea Republic, 0-0 in the first game. But this time around, I'm going for Korea Republic to win, a narrow 1-0 win. Maybe Hwang Hee-chan with the goal, or even Son Heung-min, or one of them other Korean players. Not going to try to guess their names. Their names are like all over the place. So I only know the popular ones. So we got Lebanon coming up against the UAE, 0-0 in the first fixture. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. The UAE are the draw kings of AFC right about now, and I'm going to go for them to draw again. Syria versus Iran. 1-0 for Iran last time around. I'm going for them to win by a goal margin again. This time 2-1. It's going to be tense like the last game against Lebanon. So we scroll down here to the table, and you could see how things are panning out in AFC Asian World Cup qualifiers for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, where they will play host to the next World Cup. So the AFC are in charge of the next World Cup, guys. So they better put out a good showing when the World Cup comes around. Let's see if they'll send 4 teams or 5 teams. How many Asian teams will be at the World Cup next year? Would it be 6 or would it be 5? Take your pick. Iran are on top of the table. A win in this game against Syria would put them into 16 points, right? 16 points. And what are we going to do really quick, right? What we're going to do really quick is just look back at what happened in 2018. Let's take a look at what happened in 2018 in terms of the table when it ended. This is what the table looks like right now. Iran, South Korea on top of the group in the qualifying spots. Lebanon third in the playoff spot. Iraq, UAE, Syria all still vying for that playoff spot. Or who knows, maybe a direct spot if there's a meltdown at the top, right? Group B. Saudi Arabia and Australia looks good, but Japan are right there. Oman are right there, so it's very tight. Saudi Arabia might run away with this group. China, Vietnam could be eliminated tomorrow. Vietnam especially could be eliminated tomorrow. And for China, I don't think, you know what I mean, they would have 4 games left and it won't be enough. 16 points maximum. No, yeah, it won't be enough. 16 points maximum won't be enough. So, look, what we're going to do, here you go. Doing something fun here. 2018, how it looked. How it looked, all right? Third round. This is how the groups ended. Iran and South Korea. Right now, you see these 2 teams are in the lead, and this is what happened in 2018. They're both in the lead again. You see what I'm saying? And Syria was in the same group as well. So these teams playing against each other once again, but this time Syria has not been so good. You see Uzbekistan, who didn't make the cut, barely missed out on goal difference, and Qatar plays last in the group in the 2018 cycle. China didn't do too bad as well. China could have actually made the playoff as well, but Syria made the playoff to play Australia. But look there, 22 points picked up by Iran over 10 games. They could go up to 16 points. 16 points, right? 13 points the third place and fourth place teams ended with. I think you need a bit more than 16 to be comfortable. I think when Iran does go up to about 19, 18 or 19, they'll be okay. You could say they qualified. South Korea only got 15 points, so they didn't do great the last time around. But it looks around 15 to 20 points, you're going to be good. You're going to be good. We scroll down to the next group here. Japan got 20. Saudi Arabia got 19. Australia got 19. These teams are in the same group once again. You see what I mean? It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. They grouped up with each other again, right? And look, as I said, 16 to 20 points. 15 to 20 seems like the sweet spot. And right now, Saudi Arabia looks like they're about to get up there. Iran looks like they're about to get up there. So it's fair to say that those teams are going to qualify with one of those top 2 spots. Japan, they did well in 2018, but they're struggling right now. Australia, they could end up coming in third again. But you see them and Saudi Arabia ended on the same amount of points. The UAE didn't do too bad, but they were far off from that third place spot. Iraq, they competed, but Thailand, just like Vietnam now, are down at the bottom and not really competing in the group. So that is what happened in 2018. Japan, Saudi Arabia qualified directly. South Korea and Iran and Australia did go through to the Confederation playoff, and they got the better of Honduras. So with that being said, guys, we are going to move on. Let's move on to the next confederation, and that confederation would be Conmebol. We're going to move on to Conmebol. But before we do get into the Conmebol predictions that I made, how are you guys feeling in the chat right about now? Are you feeling good? It's a late night stream, but how are you feeling? Are you feeling tired or you feeling energized? I got some sleep and I'm back to do what I do best, talk World Cup qualifying. You see what I'm saying? So big up to everybody. Christopher Hogren is reminding you guys to smash the thumbs up button. Guys, we need 18 more thumbs up to get to 50. Smash it up, smash it up, smash it up. Let's do this. So, if I'm not mistaken, China got a late run for the money after the appointment of Coach Lippi. So, we're not going to reminisce too much on what happened in 2018. But yeah, how much wins do the USA need to qualify automatically? I think 2 more wins would do it. 2 more wins and the USA should be good. 2 more wins and they should be fine. You know what I mean? But there's 7 games left, so I expect them to win more than 2 out of 7 remaining matches. They might win at least 4 games and draw or lose 1 or 2. So I don't think it's going to be a perfect 7 wins for the USA. But they will be back at the World Cup. They won't miss out. It's not happening. Definitely not happening. They're not going to miss out of that again. Listen, that's big revenue, man. Big revenue they'll miss out on once again. I can remember Fox Sports had got the rights to the World Cup, and then the USA ended up didn't qualifying. So that was a big blow, man. Big blow. There's a lot of money in football, guys, and a lot of money to be made and a lot at stake here. So the USA better qualify. So yeah, let's go. They better qualify. You know what I'm saying? Because when I talk about the USA when they get to the World Cup, each of my video I want to hit 50,000 views each video. Okay? But yeah, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And I did look at the freaking vacation bid at work, and these chumps blocked out November 28 to, I think, early December. And I'm like, what is wrong with these guys? So hopefully I get the 22nd. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the 22nd, and I'm going to get December 5th. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them, hey, I'm going on vacation. I need to bring forward my week. So then I'll get the back-to-back weeks. That's what I have to do because they kind of messing me up right about now. But listen, man, I'm leaving those two weeks towards the back end of the year. And I'm taking my vacation irregardless to how they feel from November 22nd until sometime in December. Trust me. Anyways, let's talk about Conmebol. Shout outs to everybody. Mike, how are you feeling, bro? Garrett G, R.A., Spencer Campos, how are you? How's everybody? Mr. Bayo. Who else we got in here? Well, I haven't shouted out yet. I think I shouted out everybody. If I haven't shouted you out yet, just, hit the chat right about now. Samuel22, how are you feeling, man? How are you feeling? Nice to see you guys in here. Remember, guys, anybody you see commenting here is a subscriber, okay? So respect everybody. Everybody actually supporting the thing. So appreciate that. Guys, don't forget, support for the channel is brought to you by the great folks over at Manscaped, who are the best in below the waist grooming. men's, below the waist, grooming for men's and women too. But, we're not going to discriminate right about now. But we're focusing on the boys in here right now. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, for all your below the waist grooming needs, head on over to manscaped.com, who have the precision tools for your family jewels, and get the performance package with the Lawnmower 4.0. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. And with the exclusive offer of 20% off, use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get 20% off over at manscaped.com with free shipping worldwide. Trust me. Your balls would thank you. Because you know what? My balls has been thanking me ever since I used it. You see what I'm saying? So get on board. So let's talk Conmebol. Just a reminder of my predictions that I made already, okay? Not getting into any deep conversation right now in terms of Conmebol, okay? Because we got Uefa to talk about, and Uefa has some important games coming up. So 10 teams in South America, 4 will qualify directly. The 5th place team will get a playoff spot against a team from another confederation. So let's scroll down to the big games that's coming up tomorrow. So it's going to be very difficult tomorrow, though, because what's going to happen is that there'll be Concacaf games and there'll be Conmebol games as well. And it's going to be almost impossible to watch everything. Bolivia play Uruguay at 3 p.m. And then at 4 p.m., there's Venezuela, Peru. So we're going to be live when these games are going on. So I'll give you updates on these matches as well. Because I'm going live from 2 p.m. to about 5 p.m. And then I'll take a break and I'll take the rest of the evening off for myself and watch the games in CONCACAF. That's the plan. That is the plan. Because for the CONCACAF games, I don't do watch-alongs per se, because I want to review all 4 games and I want to have an eyeball on all 4 games. Jamaica play the USA at 5. And then later on in the night, there's some games between Panama, El Salvador, Costa Rica, and Honduras, Canada, and Mexico, 9 p.m. So we got some late games, so I'll just chill out, a well-deserved break, and I'll watch those games. I don't know. Maybe after those games, I'll go live. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. But it's a lot, man, and that's why I call it Super Tuesday. It's a lot to digest, and it's actually too much to digest, man. I'm having acid reflux from all these World Cup matches, to be honest. So we're going to come back tomorrow to actually do a recap of all the confederations and just react to what went down all across the globe. All right, so I'm not going to do a World Cup qualifiers daily tomorrow. Or did I schedule one? Yeah, I did. I did schedule one. I think I have to reschedule that one because I did some miscalculation. So that's going to be put on for Wednesday night. And where I might actually have to share some of the news articles that I wasn't able to share with you guys. No news articles this month. I usually share the news with you, but guys, it's too much, man. It's just too much news, and it's too many important games to be lingering talking about the news. You see what I'm saying? Because you guys come here for action, and I'm going to give you action. So when you talk about action, man, let's talk. Bolivia, Uruguay. Uruguay needs wins. They did beat Bolivia 4-2 on Uruguayan soil. I'm going for them to get a road win, 2-1. Venezuela versus Peru. Peru won, Venezuela 0 in the first game. I'm going for Peru to beat Venezuela 3-1. And as I mentioned, when you play Bolivia and Venezuela and it's a crunch game, you have to win, or else you deserve not to make the World Cup. Just want to put that out there. Colombia versus Paraguay, 1-1 in the first game. I'm going for Colombia to beat Paraguay 2-1 and potentially eliminate the Paraguayans. Argentina versus Brazil. The first game was suspended, I think this one is going to end in a 1-1 draw. The first time these teams are meeting since the Copa America final. Big up to the boy Chase Athletics. Big up to Betel Kabede. Big up to R.A., Mr. Bio, Spencer Campos. All of y'all in here right about now watching the damn thing. Chile versus Ecuador. 0-0 in the first game. I'm going for a 1-1 draw, which would favor Ecuador way more than it would favor Chile. But Chile, they're hot. They're chilly right now. You know what I mean? They're really spicy right now. So, you know, I think Ecuador has the odds stacked up against them in this game, and they might just lose, but I'm going for a 1-1 draw here. If Ecuador manages to pick up a win, that would be huge for them. They would inch ever so closer to making it back to the FIFA World Cup. So those are my predictions for the games coming up tomorrow in Conmebol, and this is what the table looks like right now. Brazil have qualified. Congratulations to Brazil. Argentina, a second. With a win against Brazil, they would qualify directly. Ecuador, with a win against Chile, would get very close because then they would go, 7 points ahead of Chile? Colombia has to win. Uruguay has to win. Peru has to keep winning. And look, Paraguay, I'm going to go for Paraguay, Bolivia, and Venezuela to all be eliminated tomorrow because, look, with 4 games left, 24 points is not going to be enough, and they are not going to get maximum points. So those teams will be eliminated tomorrow, in my opinion. Let us see, you know, how it works out. If it actually happens, I don't know, but let's see. I've been getting some predictions wrong, but I've also been getting some predictions spot on. Let's see if I'm spot on tomorrow in these games in the Eliminatorios Copa Mundial de la FIFA Qatar 2022. You know, practicing my Spanish there, you know what I mean? In my next life when I pick up a nice Spanish thing. So, look, we have one confederation left, and we're going to talk about that. I did Africa. I did a Concacaf refresher, AFC, and Conmebol refresher. There's no games in OFC right now. I think those games are coming up in March, right? Is that March, the tournament over in Qatar? And the playoff for the Uefa games in March as well. And we got the playoffs in Africa as well coming up next year. Can't quite remember the date right now. So it is what it is. So what are you guys saying in the chat right now, man? Let me see. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see if anybody answered the question that I asked earlier about revenge. Nah, nobody was brave enough to answer the question, man. Yeah, nobody brave enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You guys are just like the answer to the question. No answer. Anyways, who we got here? Michael Jarak. How are you? Well, just woke up. What we got here? Thank you for waking up and checking out the stream, man. Appreciate that. Who else we got in here? Uruguay are in trouble if they lose this game. Bolivia 2, Uruguay 1. Wow, that's a gutsy prediction. AD, how are you doing, bro? How are you doing? And Argentina versus Brazil, the best rivalry in the world, will end with Messi magic. 2-1 to Argentina. What we got? Chile got a hard schedule remaining. Yeah, I did a recap of the schedule yesterday. Won't be doing it again. Check out the Conmebol clip from yesterday. Success is revenge? Nah, man. You see? You see what I'm saying? You see, Christopher Hallgren knows the thing. Christopher Hallgren knows what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Isaiah Paskins, you know, says success. But Christopher Hallgren knows what I'm talking about. Messi hasn't scored against Brazil in a competitive match, by the way. Wow. Wow. Coming in with the facts there. Big facts there by AD 744. Go check out AD's channel as well, guys. You do content on a regular basis. Big Barcelona fan. Alejandro Loaiza is back. Big Ecuadorian fan as well. Garrett G. Next World Cup format qualifying, Oceania will get one spot for sure. Yes, you're right. And that spot might actually go to New Zealand. And it will also I think, get a team in the playoffs. So if you want, an easy team, you would want to draw that team from Oceania. But we'll have to verify that, though. You know what? Let's do something fun, man. Let's do something fun before we get into the European segment. You feel me? We're not going to jump the gun just quick. Let's not do that. Let's not do that just quick because, you know what? When we get into the UEFA segment where there's only one spot left to really talk about, the live stream will be ending. You don't want the live stream to end just this moment, right? So let's do something quick. Let's take a look at the 2026 World Cup and look at the slot allocation. All right. So this is the slot allocation for the 2026 World Cup. For those of you guys who don't know, the AFC with 46 eligible members would have 8 spots. So their spots would go up from 4.5 to 8. That is big. That is really, really big. They have double of their amount of spots. And you're going to have 8 Asian nations at the World Cup back in 2026, hosted by Mexico, the USA, and Canada. Primarily the USA, of course, for commercial reasons. You know that. So Asia, we might see Australia, Japan, Korea, all the big guns. Saudi Arabia qualify. And then the teams right behind them, Iran, not Iran are one of the big guns, but the other teams like Iraq could get a return to the tournament. They did qualify before. Maybe Jordan could finally qualify after coming close. Bahrain could qualify after coming close. You see what I'm saying? Kuwait could make it back again after making it to the World Cup in the past. So you got teams like Lebanon who want to make their debut. Uzbekistan, Vietnam, China would want to return. North Korea would want to return. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, maybe not North Korea, man. But AFC, 8 teams, that's looking juicy for the Asian football lovers there. CAF, Africa would have 9 places, guys. 9. So they would get an additional 4 teams. There will be a lot of debutants at the 2026 World Cup, by the way. And there will be a lot of teams coming off a hiatus as well. Concacaf would go up from 3 direct spots to 6. And with the host qualifying directly, that means that there will be 3 spots to fight for. So in the Concacaf qualifying for 2026 World Cup, the USA, Mexico, and Canada might participate just for formality reasons and just to keep, fit and fresh. But their results, I think, won't count. You see what I mean? So you're going to have teams like Costa Rica, Honduras, Panama, Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Guatemala, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, maybe. Maybe not. And all the other CONCACAF nations scrapping it out for a place at the 2026 event. Conmebol would only move up to 6 places. That's fair enough. Only 10 teams, 6 teams qualify directly. But guess what? There will be a team going into the playoffs. So I'll get to the playoff section just now. So look, OFC will have 1 direct place. No longer have to go through the Confederation playoff to get a spot. 1 direct place. For Europe, they will get 3 additional places along with the 13 they already have. And all those teams would add up to 46. And there will be 2 available spots left via the playoffs. And this is what the playoff looks like. A playoff tournament including 6 teams will be held to decide the last 2 FIFA World Cup berths, consisting of 1 team per confederation except for UEFA. So UEFA does not get a team going into the playoffs because they already have 16 spots. You don't need another European country at the World Cup, and they already have freaking 16 already. So 6 spots, no UEFA team, which means 1 additional team from the confederation of the host country, CONCACAF. So there will be 2 CONCACAF nations in the playoffs because there will be no UEFA. So a CONCACAF nation, the host nation, will replace the UEFA team. So there will be 2 CONCACAF nations in. So look, 2 CONCACAF nations in the playoffs. 2 CONCACAF nations, 1 from OFC, 1 from AFC, 1 from, well, let me repeat that. OFC, AFC, Conmebol, Africa, CONCACAF, and another CONCACAF, which would make 6. Don't want to confuse myself there. So the reading continues. 2 of the teams will be seeded based on FIFA rankings, and the seeded teams will play for a FIFA berth against the winners of the first 2 knockout games involving the 4 unseeded teams. So you will have 2 seeded teams waiting on 2 teams. So the highest ranked teams that goes into the playoffs, right, would be just there waiting. They will be there waiting for those teams who are unseeded, lower ranked team, which means there will definitely be a team from OFC in there. There will most likely be an Asian team in there. And the unseeded teams might be a South American team and maybe a team from Africa. You see what I'm saying? So you might end up having 2 CONCACAF teams in the earlier unseeded rounds of the playoff. They won't be able, I don't think they'll play against each other, but they will play against another confederation. And then, or you might end up having a situation where they might end up playing against each other. Who knows? In the final. The tournament is to be played in 1 or more of the host countries and to be used as a test event for the FIFA World Cup. The existing playoff windows of November 2025 and March 2026 have been suggested as a tentative date for the 2026 edition. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Very, very, very good stuff there. We're looking ahead to the future. Candidate cities and venues are being prepped and all of that. And, Canada, Edmonton and Toronto. You go down to Mexico. See, Edmonton over there is cold, man. Jesus Lord. You have Mexico with 3 cities, Monterrey, Guadalajara, and Mexico City. And the USA, you have stadiums being prepped as we speak. So that's 7 stadiums there, man. So, it's going to be a nice World Cup. And there's a lot of stadiums. There's more. I said 7. There's more. There's way more. And I'm hoping to be alive. God, please let me be alive to make sure I can attend some of these games I don't think I'll be living in New York anymore. So, maybe I'll move to Georgia or somewhere and, I'll get to go to that stadium down in Atlanta. Are they vying for one of those host places? Yep, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Hopefully I'll get to go there. I've never been there, so, hopefully I'm there. Wherever I move to, man, I want to get out of New York City. It's too freaking, expensive with inflation. And with that being said, guys, let us get our asses over to UEFA. Let's go. Big up to everybody in the stream still, man. RA, yep, New York expensive, man. New York very expensive, man. Noisy, dizzy. What do you think about Algeria's capability in the World Cup? Do you think they could be the first African team to win the World Cup? I don't know, man. I don't know about winning the World Cup right now for an African team, man. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot, man. I'm telling you. Listen, the World Cup's been around for almost 100 years. No African team, no CONCACAF team, no Asian team, no team from Oceania, right, have won it. Only South American teams in Uruguay, Brazil, and Argentina have done it. And European teams in France, Spain, Germany, and England, right? France, Spain, Germany, and England. Am I getting that right? Have been able to do it. So, nah, man, we might not see it. We might not see it. I don't know. So, John Burns, thank you very much there for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Guys, remember, super chats are open and it helps to support the channel and keep the water and the Red Bull and the Guinness and everything flowing and keep the heat flowing and the lights on and the music playing in the background. So make sure you support the thing with a super chat from time to time, okay? Appreciate that. So also, multi-country host is becoming the new normal. There's even a possibility of Morocco co-hosting with Spain and Portugal. Yeah, that would be nice because, you know, it would be a collaboration of two confederations and Morocco is just across the water from freaking Spain and Portugal anyways, you know, so that'll be good. That would definitely be good. And Morocco deserves to host it, man. Morocco has been trying for the longest while and they haven't been giving it to Morocco at all. Jesus Christ. Oh, damn, Morocco, I'm feeling for you, man. I feel for you like Shaka Khan. Listen, Hui Kim, Morocco co-op with the Iberian still seem geologically reasonable. You're absolutely right with the geological logic there. And you know what I'm saying? If you guys understand what Hui Kim is saying, he's talking about the Iberian Peninsula, where Morocco is basically a tiptoe away from Europe, you know? It's like ridiculous. I watched a movie where some refugees were traveling from somewhere down in West Africa and they wanted to get to Europe and they went through Morocco. And this is it. This is it right there. This is it. So, yeah, John Burns, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for the money. This is it right there. That's Morocco right there. You could see Casablanca, Rabat, and you go all the way to the tip there of Morocco, and you could basically jump into Spain. You could dive over. Nah, it's not that close, but look at that. Look at that, guys. That is cool, right? That is cool. Look at that. Tangier, Gibraltar is like right there. Look at Cadiz right over there. And you want to get even closer? Look at that, man. This is ridiculous. These are trade routes as well. These are trade routes. Those lines, you could see those are trade routes straight into Tangier. This is nice. This is absolutely nice, man. Gibraltar right there. Small little rock. And Spain is right there. Spain, from freaking Morocco to Spain. Easy. And yeah, it is quite possible. And Portugal is right over there. See, Portugal is right there. This is the Iberian Peninsula. Spain, Portugal, right there, man. So Morocco could get their wish one day and host the World Cup. And you could see Algeria are right there as well. And that is why a lot of people from, France did invade Algeria and Tunisia and those northern African countries anyways. You know what I'm saying? And, Libya, they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Libya was, pretty much difficult to conquer with Gaddafi and, you know what I mean? There's Egypt over there. You see what I mean? So, you know what I mean? We're doing geography right now. This is fun. See, desert. There's a lot of desert up there. See where Niger is? Mali is right there as well. Mauritania. But Mali, comes down in here too. So, you know what I mean? And you have the more fertile places over there in Western Africa. Western Africa, very, very fertile. All right, so enough with the geography class, man. I know you guys enjoying it, but we're gonna actually move on from the geography. All right, so let us go. Let's go back to UEFA. I'm actually, I should have been wrapped up with the live stream already. I keep pushing it back, having fun. We have games from Group C, F, and I to recap. So let's go, man. Let us go. Let's go to the groups. And let's go to the home page. And you're going to see some big headlines. Kane, we did a great job, of course. It's against freaking San Marino. You win 10-0. Okay. Everybody expected that. God damn. Jeez. Harry Kane, you scoring against San Marino. What a great achievement. Oh, you need a cookie? Shaqiri pride at Switzerland qualification. Simicevic sent Serbia to the World Cup. Swiss pip Italy, England qualify. I didn't even see this, but I use the same words, right? What to look out for in the final qualifiers as well. Spain into the World Cup. Portugal into the playoffs. Italy into the playoff. France at the World Cup. Belgium, Denmark at the World Cup as well. England, Poland into the playoff. Germany at the World Cup. North Macedonia into the playoff. Wales into the playoff. Czech Republic into the playoffs. Austria into the playoffs. Scotland into the playoffs. It's going to be a nice playoff tournament where we discussed it yesterday and we know what the format is going to be like and we know the procedure already. So we're not going to get into that right now. Let's take a look at the groups and go through all the games that were played today. Not going to be super long because we only have 2 main groups to touch on. But we'll be doing some recaps of the groups that were wrapped up today though. So Group A, touched on that already. And, Serbia qualified directly ahead of Portugal by beating them 2-1 at, on the road. Mitrovic and Tadic with the goals. That was a brilliant performance, man. And, you see, if I was sharing my news articles, Serbia, they were promised $1 million. The team, altogether, they would get $1 million if they beat Portugal and qualify. And you could queue up that $1 million, man, because those players are going to be splitting that million amongst them. All 20-something of the players split that up and, put that money into somewhat of a trust fund for one of your kids. You should be able to do that, but not every player in the Serbian team earns a big wage at their club. So that money could go a long way. Hopefully they get their money and it's not some type of row over the freaking money that was promised. You see what I'm saying? Don't be making promises that you can't keep, man. You see what I'm saying? So the president actually promised the team $1 million. Serbia's squad will receive a total of 1 million euros if they beat Portugal. And that was from a Twitter page called Cabine Desportiva. And I've been hearing about that as well. And they actually did it. So give the guys them their money, man. Give them their money. Release the funds. Send the bank accounts and the freaking routing number over to whoever promised that and let the people get their money in their freaking accounts, man. So well done to Serbia. Portugal, man, you guys are very disappointing, man. I'm telling you. What a team, and they're going into the playoffs, man. Fernando Santos deserved the sack after that. We talked about that a lot yesterday. Let's move on. Let us move on. Group B, Spain prevailed over Sweden. Sweden is the other team that I'm so disappointed in. They had a great opportunity to qualify directly, but they done went and lose the match against Greece and lost against Georgia of all freaking teams. You know what I'm saying? How you managed to do that, I don't even understand. Don't get it. Really, really don't get it, man. Don't get how they lose to Georgia at all. So they are responsible for their own downfall. Greece, Georgia, Kosovo miss out, but Sweden going to the playoffs. We come to Group C, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Big up to Switzerland for going unbeaten in the group, drawing twice to Italy and not losing a single game. Pipping the Italians to the direct spot in the group. 8 matches played, 5-1, 3 draws, 15 goals scored, and only 2 goals conceded. Jan Sommer, you beauty. Their defenders, even with Nico Elvedi out, they were able to get a draw against Italy and destroy Bulgaria completely. 4-0 win in a crunch match. That is what you call coming up clutch when it's necessary. And Nati, you did it. Murat, Yakin, big up to you. New manager, and he took charge of the team, and he's taking them directly to another World Cup. Let's see if Switzerland could actually make waves or, whether they ride a wave. So, look, 18 points. This is very, very, very impressive. Very impressive. Those 2 draws against Italy, especially getting a 1-1 draw on the road, impressive to say the least. And they deserve it, man. They deserve it. Let's just do a recap of their journey, man. Let's see what their journey was like to Qatar. 3-1 against Bulgaria in their opening match. 1-0 against Lithuania in their second game. Then they drew 0-0 to Italy. 0-0 against the Northern Ireland. 2-0 against Northern Ireland. 4-0 against Lithuania. 1-1 against Italy. And a big 4-0 win against Bulgaria to send them into Qatar. Brilliant, brilliant stuff, man. Brilliant stuff. And just to click on this game to give you guys the info, Noah Okafor in the 48th minute, after Switzerland had threatened on quite a few occasions. They even hit the post to Shaqiri. Okafor came close on a few occasions as well, and they got their well-deserved goal in the 48th minute. Listen, Ruben Vargas, you beauty, in the 57th minute. Itten came off the bench to head one in. There was a few disallowed goals as well, so it could well have been 6-0 if the runs would have been timed a little bit better. And Remo Freuler put the final nail into Bulgaria's coffin in the 91st minute to send Sweden into World Cup jubilation. So congratulations to the Swedes, Murat Yakin and his entire team. And you could see Shaqiri right there. The man is happy. The man is thrilled. And listen, he couldn't have wished for anything more. Remember, Shaqiri was at the 2014 World Cup where he scored a hat-trick. And Switzerland performed well in 2018 as well. And they're back for 2022. You know, so they mean business, man. They mean business, and no letting up there. No letting up even with Italy in the group. Look, to talk about Italy, man. To talk about Italy. You got to be fucking kidding me, Italy. Pardon my language, but don't pardon my language. You got to be kidding me. Because you coming into this tournament as European champions. You just went on a crazy unbeaten streak. World record unbeaten streak. And then you're still unbeaten. They're still unbeaten, though. They're still unbeaten after the loss in the UEFA Nations League, right? But they're still unbeaten in World Cup qualifiers, but it's not enough. 16 points is not enough to qualify directly, bro. Not in this group. Maybe in another group, not this one. Not this one. Disappointing performances, those draws. And not, let's say, the draws against Switzerland, because those are fine. Respect to Switzerland, but the other draws in the game, especially the one today against the Northern Ireland in Belfast, that draw should have never happened. They should have won the game, and they should have done it by a good enough margin that would have taken them directly to Qatar. No, they're going into a condition called PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's something that you experience when you go through a tragic moment like the 2018 World Cup qualifiers against Sweden, where Pierre Ventura at the helm of the Italian team missed the World Cup, right? You don't want to go into that territory, but they're going into that territory even as European champs. We did not expect them to win the Euros, but they went and they did perfectly well at the Euros. And we thought, okay, you won the Euros, you're going to cruise. I know there were World Cup qualifying games before the Euros, but still, we thought that they were going to cruise this group. Yeah, they're cruising into the playoffs, pretty much. Italy 2, Northern Ireland 0. Italy 2, Bulgaria 0. Italy 2, Lithuania 0. Great start. Great start. But then the 1-1 draw against Bulgaria, and then the 0-0 draw against Switzerland. And then they did beat Lithuania 5-0 as expected. But in the crunch game against Switzerland, you go on and draw the game. And then you draw again You see what I'm saying? You deserve nothing more than a playoff spot. It is going to be fun. It is going to be interesting. It'll be crazy if Italy has to play against Portugal in one of those final paths. It is going to be crazy. Marquee affair. Two gigantic teams. I don't know if UEFA is going to rig the draw and, let them avoid each other, but they might end up playing against each other, man. Just remember, I told you so. They might end up playing against each other, so look out for that one. Look out for that one. But disappointed in the Italian effort. And Mancini, bro, your tactics, good, but just a bit too pragmatic, man. You see what I mean? Not enough risk taken. Jorginho. Let's blame Jorginho. Let's blame Jorginho. Let us blame Jorginho. Because if Jorginho had scored that goal against Switzerland, Italy would be going to Qatar directly. They could still go to Qatar. Let's blame Jorginho, man. Let's blame the Chelsea Ballon d'Or candidate. And shout outs to all the Chelsea fans anyways. You guys must be nuts talking about Jorginho for Ballon d'Or. That's not a Ballon d'Or performance there. Not at all. You're missing penalties left, right, and center after you used to take them perfectly. You've figured out. Come up with a new freaking, trick. The hop skip thing don't work anymore. The players have to take accountability here. Injuries also hampered Italy. Verratti, Chiellini. But that's no excuse. You got to step up. When the opportunity presents itself, you got to step up. Definitely got to step up. And Italy is poor. They could miss the World Cup again. Italy could miss the World Cup again. It'll not be great for world football, but Italy could miss the World Cup again. Former champions, 2006 champions, could miss the World Cup again. It could happen. It just might happen. Best believe at least one heavyweight team from Europe will miss out. At least one. And it could be Italy. Could be Italy. No goals to talk about from the game. But well played, Northern Ireland. You did great. I gotta say you did great. You did great. Donnarumma running out of the goal like a wild man. Almost conceded as well. Northern Ireland almost won the game. Big save made by Donnarumma as well from point blank range. I repeat, Northern Ireland almost won the game. They almost won the game. Let us move on. Let us move on. We got big games to talk about from Group D, so let's talk about them. Group D will be wrapped up on Super Tuesday, which is today. Officially today. The day is Tuesday. Finland versus France. I have an interesting twist for you here. Finland is second. All they need is for Ukraine to draw or lose. That's it. They don't need to do anything. They could lose 100-0 and Ukraine draw or lose. Finland still go into the playoffs. France have qualified for the World Cup already. They're unbeaten in the group. Ukraine are also unbeaten, but with 6 draws and 1 win. 6 draws, 1 win. What do the teams need from Group D to qualify? All right. Finland versus France, Bosnia versus Ukraine. France have qualified as group winners. Finland will finish second if they win or if Ukraine fail to win. Ukraine will finish second if they win and Finland lose. Right? Finland, as I mentioned, don't need to do nothing if Ukraine fails to win. Finland lead Ukraine on goal difference and on goals scored. Ahead of Tuesday's deciders, If the two teams finish level on goal difference and goals scored, Ukraine will finish second on the head-to-head results between the teams in the group. And that could happen if Ukraine win their game and Finland pick up a draw. All right? So Finland, if you draw, you better hope that Ukraine does not win. All right? You better hope that they don't win. Take a look at the group right now. Ukraine, +1 goal difference. But if they win, it means that their goal difference would improve. You see what I'm saying? And according to how they win, they would leapfrog Finland if Finland draw, where the goal difference would remain the same. So that's what's up in the group. Bosnia already eliminated. And Finland will be hoping and praying to the Bosnians that they help them out. After they already helped them out in the previous game when Finland beat Bosnia 3-1 even with 10 men. So Finland are going against the odds and they're looking to actually get to the playoffs. I think this will be the first time ever in their history that they're getting this far in World Cup qualification. So, you know, World Cup qualifiers, I should say. Better word. All the best to Finland. Do I think that they're going to make the playoffs? Kazakhstan already played all their games. They have been eliminated. Come down to the matches right now. Finland versus France. I think France are going to beat Finland on the road. 3-1. Kylian Mbappe is on fire. Benzema is on fire these days. N'Golo Kante is fit again. You got guys like Chouameni playing some good football. And I don't see Finland beating France. I don't see them pulling off an upset. I don't see them getting a draw either. If they manage to win, that'll be it. They're into the playoffs without a doubt. France are beating Finland 3-1 in my opinion. They will get a goal. France just beat Kazakhstan 8-0. What happened the last time France and Finland played each other? 2-0 to France. It's going to take a mammoth effort for Finland to get anything out of this game. So I'm not going for Finland to get anything. But Ukraine, Bosnia, 1-1 in the first game. I'm going for 1-1 again. With that result, Finland would go into the playoffs. That's my prediction for Group D. France to qualify directly. Finland to come in second. Ukraine, the draw kings of the entire World Cup qualifiers, gonna end with 7 draws. They just might win the game though. You know what I'm saying? They just might win. But I'm going for them to draw and miss out after Shevchenko left the team and everything. And they will miss out on the World Cup. They do have some talented play in the team. But I have a feeling Bosnia are gonna bounce back after the horror show against Finland in their last game. 1-1, Ukraine, Bosnia, Finland lose to France, but Finland go into the playoffs to continue their fairy tale run after qualifying for their first ever Euros in 2021, and they might do an Iceland, and who knows, qualify for the World Cup as well after qualifying for their first Euros. So let us see if that one happens. Could that one happen? It just might. It just might. Just might. So those are my thoughts for Group D. Let me know yours. Big up to whoever this person is, man. How are you? Nice to see you in here. Mike, I'm so nervous, and it's only 14 hours before kickoff. All the best, bro. CR7 in the house. How are you doing? Irvin Vita, Brandon Toro. Everybody in here, guys, we got 51 thumbs up. Thank you very much for 50 likes. Smash up the thumbs up button. Let's get the stream up to 75 thumbs up, man. Do appreciate that, man. Come on, guys. Come on, come on. Smash it up, smash it up, smash it up. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So, big up to Cole Doyle as well. Never seen you around here. Iceland is such a small nation. Though, they had one good generation in their history. Hungary used to be perennial contenders. Yeah, back when they were known as the Mighty Magyars, and Ferenc Puskás, you know, was doing his thing. And Sandor Kocsis and all them guys were doing their thing. So, Big up to the boy. Oh my God. Big up to the boy. John Burns again. Thank you there, John Burns. Finland will host France. Has nothing to play. Who has nothing to play for? How cold will it be in Helsinki? Will it be like Edmonton in November? Yeah, Mike is saying that it's going to be very cold. 41 degrees Fahrenheit is about 10 degrees Celsius or so, right? So it is going to be cold. It is going to be cold. That's cold. 41 is pretty cold. 41 is cold. Not the coldest, but it's cold. It's cold. But I think the Frenchmen are used to the cold, though. That's the thing. They're used to the cold. See what I'm saying? A lot of them play in cold countries, so, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was 25 degrees. Okay. 41. Oh, it's 3 degrees Celsius. Okay. 3 degrees Celsius. Let me see. Whatever, man. My calculation Celsius to Fahrenheit isn't spot on. But yeah. It's going to be cold in Finland, but I don't think it would matter. Don't think it would matter at all. So I think it will matter in Canada, though. Definitely will matter. Like it's been mattering. You know, Tony Mattering. Anyways, man, listen. We have Group E to talk about. Couple dead robbers in Group E. Let's keep it moving. So, Belgium. We will talk some more about Group E when we do the wrap-up. But Belgium qualifies directly from Group E. They play against Wales tomorrow. I'm going for Belgium to drop points. 2-2 against Wales. 2-2. 2-2. Czech Republic versus Estonia. The Czech Republic will qualify to the playoffs, by the way. And Wales will go into the playoffs as well. I'm going for a 4-1 win over Estonia for the Czech Republic. So those are my predictions for this group that has basically been decided already. But Czech Republic could jump into second if Wales fail to beat Belgium and if they win against Estonia. So it doesn't really matter, though. It really doesn't matter. But it matters to pick up good results to climb up the FIFA rankings, right? So I don't think it will matter because they're going to use the FIFA rankings that are out right now because the draw is November the 26th. So I want to do a mock draw. So I might actually do a mock draw sometime this week. You know what I mean? Pull out the pots, do a mock draw for Africa, and do a mock draw for Europe and get something fun out there for you guys to watch. No one else does these things, you know what I mean? Only myself and Football Pharaoh do these things. So, you know, that's going to be fun. That is going to be fun. So, big up to the mock draw king, Dominic Rich F.C. So, that's it for Group E. We're going to keep it moving. We got one more group to talk about. But before we touch on that group, we do have to recap what happened in Group F and I. So, Denmark. Group F, congratulations to Denmark. Congrats. It's wrapped up. This is my summary of Group F. Like I've been doing summaries for all the groups so far. Congrats to Denmark. It was a really great effort. Too bad they lost the final group game. And they did lose to Scotland. The Scotland, what a better team on the day. They deserve it. They thoroughly deserve it. A lot of games in this group, but Scotland prevailed 2-0. A game without consequence, as Scotland had already clinched the playoff spot, and Denmark had already clinched a place at the finals next year in Qatar. Sutar in the 35th minute and Che Adams in the 86th minute. They were the much better team. They created more of the chances. We checked the stats really quick. And then Denmark were not really in the game like that. You could see 11 shots, but they weren't like clear-cut chances from what I could recall. So, quality stuff there by Finland, man. Not Finland, Scotland. I don't know why I'm saying Finland. Maybe that's, you know, a good luck charm there for Finland. Quality stuff by Scotland as they go into the playoffs and look to make their first World Cup since 1998. Denmark has been consistent and they qualify for yet another World Cup. So, look, just to take a quick look at Denmark's path to qualifying for Qatar 2022, let's just go back to the group and just go down the results really quickly. So, Group F, the kings of Group F, Denmark, 10 games, 9 wins, 1 loss. Their record tarnished at the back end there, where they did concede in the win against the Faroe Islands and then conceded 2 more against Scotland in their only loss in the 2022 World Cup qualifiers in Europe. So we take a look at their effort here. 2-0 on the road against Israel. Then they picked up, where's the Denmark game? 4-0 against Austria. Big win there. Big win. 8-0 against Moldova. Big win. Huge. One of the big, one of those big wins. You see England win 10-0. You see Denmark win 8-0. So 4-0 against Austria, as I mentioned. 2-0 against Scotland. They were just winning for fun, man. They just kept winning and winning and winning. 5-0 against Israel. What a game that was. And they did get a scare there against Faroe Islands, I could remember. But 4-0 against Moldova. The 1-0 against Austria. The 3-1 against Faroe Islands. And there's another game against the Faroe Islands there that I'm missing. And that is up here. Denmark won the Faroe Islands 0, where VAR had to, come in and give that goal as well. It was very tight. And then they kind of stuttered at the back end there in the 3-1 victory and then losing 2-0 on the road to Scotland. But, most of the damage had already been done. And after a very good Euro 2020 tournament, where they made it to the semifinals and lost to England because someone was, using a laser in the goalkeeper's eyes and everything. And they followed that up with a brilliant World Cup qualifying campaign. So congratulations to the Danish Dynamite. It has been a great journey. And I hope you guys continue that journey at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Congratulations to Scotland for, getting close. They are 4 matches away from qualifying to Qatar. They'll have to play a semi-final, home and away, and then I think the final might be 2 games if I'm not mistaken, but we're not going to get into that right about now. It might be 1 game, I don't know. So, look, I'm not 100% sure right now, but I should be, right? But it's okay. We'll get that finalized sooner rather than later, when the playoff comes around. So, Group D. Group F, pardon me. Group F. I don't know where I said. I don't know why I'm thinking D. It's late, guys. It's after midnight right now. Group F. Denmark topping the group. Scotland second with 23 points. Israel third. Valiant effort by the Israelis. Austria, however, coming fourth. Let's just take a look at the other games really quick in this group that happened today. We can't forget about those games. We got to talk about those games, right? So, in today's games, Austria beat Moldova 4-1. Let's click on this one and get the scorers. Arnautovic in the 4th, 55th. Trimmel in the 22nd. Jubicic in the 83rd. Niculescu in the 60th for Moldova. Consolation goal. Big win for Austria. So we go back here and we just finish off where we left off and take a look at the other games. Very clunky website too, but still, better than the FIFA website if you ask me. So we have Scotland beating Denmark 2-0. We talked about that. Israel narrowly beating the Faroe Islands 3-2 with Dabor in the 38th minute. Sean Wiseman in the 58th. Vatheimer in the 62nd. Olsen in the 72nd to come back after being 2-0 down. But Peretz, 2 minutes later, put the Israelis ahead again. 3-2 for Israel. And that's pretty much it. 3 matches in this group. And that should cover Group F. So just to make sure we covered everything. Austria 4, Moldova 1, Scotland 2, Denmark 0, Israel 3, Faroe Islands 2. So, yeah. Congratulations to Denmark. Again, all the best to Scotland. They would fancy their chances in the playoffs, but it's going to be very difficult. Playoffs slated to happen next March. I think from the 24th to the 29th. So, good luck. Good luck. A lot of games. I think the final might actually be, the final might just be one game. Yeah, it might just be one game for the final. Because you can't really play 4 games across 5 those days, you know what I mean? So let's see, man. Let's see. Let's see. Very compact schedule there. So look, what we're gonna do really quick. I need an update on those playoffs again. I need to double check the playoffs again, guys, to just make sure that we know exactly what's going on in terms of the second round and all of that, man, and the fixtures. So let me just see if I find any information on that. It's gonna be, you know, difficult, right? Let me see something. So remember yesterday we were actually doing this, so I'm just gonna do this again. So semifinals. Okay, so I got it for you guys just so we know for sure, just so we know. Semifinal 1 unseeded team. Okay, so 24th to 25th. So there will be, okay, so there'll be one game. One semifinal. And then the winner of semifinal 1 play the winner of semifinal 2. Okay, all right. So there won't be any home and away. I don't think it's going to be home and away. I think it's just going to be one semifinal. And then you play the semifinals, and then you go on to the final there. Am I right, guys? Am I right? It's only 2 games. Yep, Theodore Grandet. It's only 2 games. So it's 180 minutes away. You know, sometimes, you think in your head, okay, you play, you know what I mean, home and away, but it's only 2 games. So it's logical that in 5 days you play only 2 games and not 4 games, right? So, yeah. But the reason why I'm not, 100% sure about the playoffs is because we haven't got there yet. It's a good distance away, but we're getting close. So I have to start really understanding how the procedure is. And I think when I go to work tomorrow, I have to do some more research on this and start really, really getting this down to the T. Because if I want to be the World Cup guy, I got to know what's going on for sure, right? I definitely got to know what's going on. I should have known what's going on. I really should have. But for Africa, we know what's going on. We know it's 2 legs, and, whoever gets a better aggregate goes on. But for Europe, they had to complicate things, you know what I mean? They had to. They gotta complicate things. But it will be 2 games. It will be 2 games. Or 1 game. If you lose the semifinal, that's it, right? So, look, let us move on. Let us move on. We just had to clear that up. And we got Group G, which is a big group. We got Group G. We got to talk Group G. I have predictions for Group G. My finals predictions I got to share with you today is from Group G. Netherlands lead the group with 20 points. Turkey a second with 18. And Norway, 3rd with 18, all still alive. All could still qualify directly for Qatar. Montenegro out, Latvia out, Gibraltar out. So Gibraltar versus Latvia tomorrow. I'm going for Latvia to win the game 2-1. Then we got Montenegro versus Turkey, Netherlands versus Norway. What do the teams need to qualify for the World Cup? All right. Netherlands versus Norway, Montenegro, Turkey, Gibraltar versus Latvia. Netherlands will qualify with a win or a draw if Turkey fail to win. But even if Turkey wins and the Netherlands draw, The Netherlands do have a really, really good goal difference, right? Let's just take a look at the goal difference. A plus 23 comparing to Turkey's 10 plus 10. So Turkey will go up to 21 points with a win. Netherlands will go to 21 points with a draw, but the goal difference would actually send the Netherlands into the World Cup ahead of Turkey, and Turkey would take that playoff spot while Norway will miss out as they don't have a path via the Nations League. Turkey can still potentially finish first on goal difference or goals scored. They will be confirmed in the top 2 with a win or a draw if Norway lose. Norway can still potentially finish first on goal difference or goals scored. They will be confirmed in the top 2 with a win or a draw if Turkey lose, right? Turkey lead Norway on goal difference and goals scored ahead of Tuesday's deciders, with Netherlands ahead of both. If Turkey and Norway finish level on goal difference and goals scored, Turkey would finish higher on the head-to-head results between the teams in the group. Netherlands have the better head-to-head record against Turkey, right? So, look here. My thoughts on this group. My thoughts. There's also a situation if Norway wins and Turkey wins, and Turkey goes on to win with the better goal difference, Turkey could qualify directly for the World Cup with a win if Norway only wins by like 1-0, right? Once Turkey win and Norway only win like 1-0 or by 1 goal, Turkey will get that direct spot to the World Cup. There's a situation right now where the Dutch are potentially in big trouble, in hot water. Serious hot water. They absolutely must get at least a point against Norway. And if Norway only got a point against Latvia, you would think that the Netherlands would get a point against Norway, right? But it doesn't work like that, because the Netherlands were 2-0 up, cruising against Montenegro, and shipped 2 goals in the 80-something minutes of the game, right? So that's how unpredictable this Dutch team is. Remember, they missed the 2018 World Cup. They weren't even in the playoffs. That's how bad they were. Weren't even in the playoffs, right? And there's a situation where they lose, there ain't gonna be no playoffs. Ain't gonna be no playoffs for you. Because if they lose, best believe this Turkish team won't give up the opportunity. But they could also lose and Turkey draw, and the Dutch would end up in the playoffs and Norway would qualify directly. But enough of the jibby jabber, right? What's your prediction, Dom? Gibraltar 1, Latvia 2. Dead rubber. I'm going for Montenegro and Turkey to play to a 2-2 draw. I'm going for Turkey to draw the game. I'm going for Turkey to draw the game. Which means if they draw the game, they would go up to 19 points, and they would depend heavily on the Netherlands to beat Norway. Because if Norway let's say if Norway do end up getting a draw, Turkey will get the playoff spot, because Norway has an inferior goal difference to Turkey. If I'm predicting Turkey to draw, Norway has to beat the Netherlands if they are to leapfrog both the Dutch and Turkey, in my opinion. So it's a must-win game for Norway. They got to win. A draw won't do it, unless Montenegro beats Turkey, of course. You see what I'm saying? If Montenegro beats Turkey and Norway just avoid a loss or a worse loss, Norway could go through. There's a lot of different permutations for this one, guys. A lot of different permutations, right? But you know, I'm not a computer. I'm just trying my best to figure out as many as possible. But I'm going for a 2-2 draw for Turkey, and I'm going for the Dutch, who won't have their home fans, as fans have been barred from stadiums in the Netherlands for the next few weeks by the government. I'm going for them to win the game. I'm going for them, and I'm confidently going to say they're going to win the game 3-1. 3-1. 3-1 to the Dutch. They will be back at the World Cup, but there's also a situation where tomorrow it might be a dramatic Super Tuesday. Actually, today, it might be a dramatic Super Tuesday, and the Dutch might be missing from the World Cup once again. But I got them winning. And I'll say Netherlands qualify directly, and Turkey get that playoff spot. Turkey are still alive. I know it's Thanksgiving coming up very soon, but Turkey is still alive. Turkey is still alive. They did the right thing by sacking Şenol Güneş and hiring Stefan Kuntz. So, all the best to all the teams. We will be live and direct tomorrow for the watch along, talking about all these games. But we are not done yet. Let's go. We got Group H. I touched on that yesterday. Already give my little, summary on that. 23 points for Croatia. Congrats to Croatia again. You proved me wrong. You qualified directly. Russia are into the playoffs. Congrats to them. They still have a lifeline. Slovakia, poor. Slovenia, poor. Cyprus, even worse. And Malta, pretty much the same as Cyprus. Which brings us to Group I. Congratulations to England on qualifying for yet another World Cup. I had no doubts that the Three Lions would make the cut ahead of Poland, Albania, Hungary, Andorra, and of course, San Marino, who have scored 10 against to qualify. Emphatically qualifying for the World Cup with a 10-goal haul. England, you like style, you like fashion, and I'm telling you, that was stylish. Not scraping over the line, but banging 10. You see what I'm saying? 10. Automatic style. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Man down. San Marino, negative 45 goal difference. So, look, let's just take a look at the 10-0. And, shout out to the players that enjoyed the match there against San Marino. So, Harry Maguire in the 6th minute. San Marino even went down to 10 men, make it worse for them. A Fabry own goal in the 15th. Harry Kane scored 4 goals in the first half, like he scored a hat-trick in the previous game against Albania. So that's 7 goals for Harry Kane in 2 matches. So when he retires and it says that Harry Kane has over 100 international goals, just remember the boy Kane scored 20 against San Marino, 15 against Albania, 20-something against Andorra, about 8 against Kazakhstan. You know what I'm saying? He just keeps destroying these minnows. He's a minnow murderer. For the lack of better terms right about now. You see what I'm saying? So, look, Kane in the 27th, 32nd, 39th, and 42nd minute. These goals were so easy, and the penalties, was so sloppy. San Marino were just bad, man. San Marino, let me say something about San Marino really quick. You see teams like San Marino and Andorra, Kazakhstan, to a lesser extent, in Europe, in the future, man, please just do a preliminary round. Just do a preliminary round and eliminate some of these bum teams out the thing, man. You see what I'm saying? Do like what Africa did. Bring it down to 40 teams and get rid of all these waste teams, man. These games are not actually worth watching at all. Seriously, they're not. They're not. They're laughable. They're just training sessions for the better teams. These 10-0s and 8-0s and all these kind of margins are very, very, bad for the game, man. Seriously. So I think they ought to just stop that. England versus San Marino should never happen. This game should never happen unless the two teams organize a friendly or something. You see what I mean? Or San Marino qualify for a tournament, and it should never happen. Seriously. I'm fed up of these freaking one-sided games over in Europe. So, look, and anywhere else that they happen, I'm fed up of them. Like Iran and Japan beating these minnows over in Asia 13 and 14-0 as well. Smith Rowe, got to give it to him, man. Good debut. But, when he tell his grandkids, like, I scored a goal in the 58th minute on my debut and even set one up, they're going to say against who? He's going to be like, he's going to put his head down and he's going to be like, San Marino. And they're going to laugh. You see what I'm saying? But they're going to say, Pops, man, you had a great career anyways. But San Marino is no team to brag about. Look, Tyrone Mings in the 69th minute. Look at how awful he has been for Aston Villa, but still managing to score. Good morale booster. Tammy Abraham and Bukayo Saka in the 79th minute. Easy for England. And without a doubt, they qualify directly to Qatar from Group I. So I'll be keeping one eye on England during the World Cup and one eye on my business. So is it coming home? Who knows? Poland, second in the group. But wait, before we get to Poland, let's just take a look at what England did to qualify for the World Cup. England, 5-0 against San Marino. So altogether, 15-0. And I did see my friend Yannicka over on Twitter said, England and San Marino has played 5 matches. 5. Only 5. And there has been an aggregate of 52-1. 52-1, which is absolutely ridiculous. 52-1 in 5 games. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me, man. 52-1. It needs to stop. They got to stop it. They really got to stop it, man. And, 8 times actually. 8 games, 52-1. I just had to recheck the tweet there. Ridiculous. Big up to Yannicka as well. Look. England 2, Albania 0. Got England 2, Poland 1. England 4, Hungary 0. You got England 4, Andorra 0. You got England 1, Poland 1. It's a blemish there. England 5, Andorra 0. 9-0 against Andorra is criminal again. Well, Andorra is a little better than San Marino. But these games shouldn't be happening, man. There needs to be more competition in these World Cup qualifying matches, if you ask me. England 1, Hungary 1. And you have England 5, Albania 0. Walk in the park and a 10-0 thrashing of San Marino. Poland comes in second. They lose their final game to Hungary, who have been disappointed even after a little, good run at the Euros there, even though they didn't come out the group. Schaefer in the 37th minute, Swideski equalized in the 61st, and Gazdag in the 80th minute. So good luck to Poland in the playoffs. They're going to be a hell of a team to come up against, especially if Lewandowski is fit and ready to fire. Albania come in third. Not a bad effort. 2 points behind Poland. You got to work for that 2026 spot, Albania, where they could make their debut at that World Cup. Hungary, fourth in the end, just 1 point behind Albania. And Andorra and San Marino down towards the bottom. We had another game in this group, and that's the game here between Albania and Andorra. Andorra lost the game 1-0, which shows that they're an improved team. Chikeshi in the 73rd minute from the penalty spot. And that's my take for Group I. Congrats to England. All the best to Poland. Good luck in the playoffs. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be very, very good. And it brings us to this group, man. This group has been wrapped up as well. And that group was actually wrapped up yesterday. I did talk briefly about this group Won't go too deeper into this one, but congratulations to Germany. Congratulations to North Macedonia. This is the first time they're in the playoffs, and they will look to cause an upset or two and qualify for their first ever World Cup. Romania has not been there since 1998, where I could recall the whole team dyeing their hair blonde. That was a monumental, unforgettable moment in World Cup history. And, you know, they won't be back possibly in 2026. Qatar's trial run during the European World Cup qualifiers turned out horribly when they finished 5th in the group behind Luxembourg as well. And that's not a good sign. Qatar has a lot of work to do. They have been absolutely awful. Awful, 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 Qatar. So, big up to everybody in here, man. Thanks for listening. And I did miss a super chat. Let me just scroll back up. Hi, Berry10. Thank you very much. Rich Squad, do you know when the third round draw for World Cup for Africa is? December 18th. December 18th, the last time I checked. Let's just go to that section really quick and give you guys an update of what's going on over in Africa in terms of that. You know, it's late. I got to wrap up the live stream, but let's just go back over here and let's just take a look there at what's going on in Africa for the playoffs. Okay, let's give you guys a visual of that one and then we'll move on. So we'll talk playoffs a bit more in the future. I'll take my time and I'll put together something special. I'll do a mock draw, 2 mock draws. I'll get the predictions out and everything after the draws are made, and I'll get some content early out on the draws for you guys. So yeah. So the playoffs, man. The playoffs, the third round. Let's take a look at the third round here. And look. Qualified teams in the third round: DR Congo, Egypt, Ghana, Mali, Morocco, Senegal. They await 4 more teams, all right? 4 more teams. So this is the CAF third round. The draw will be held on December 18th, 2021, all right? So these are the qualified teams, as you see right there. And in terms of the procedure, right? The 10 group winners from the second round will be drawn into 5 home and away ties. The winner of each fixture will qualify for the 2022 World Cup. The draw will be held on December 18, 2021. Very simple, not like the European format at all, which is very, very complicated. And thank you very much for Africa for keeping it uncomplicated. But they don't have VAR, and I'm highly critical of that. And look, Concacaf got to do better as well. You have Asia with VAR. You have Conmebol with VAR. You have Europe, of course, with VAR. But of course, CONCACAF and Africa has to be the odd ones out. You see what I'm saying? Telling me about infrastructure and all of that. Get the money and improve the infrastructure in all those countries. It's 2021, for God's sake. We're not living in fucking 1970 here. It's 2021, okay? All right? So big up to Vojka in the house, who says Serbia to at least semifinals at the World Cup. Trust me, like yesterday. Listen, don't count out that Serbian team, though. They do have talent in their team. And even though I didn't predict them to qualify, they could do some damage if they do the right things at the World Cup. Keep things simple. With an informed Tadic, Vlahovic, Mitrovic. If Jovic finally want to, start acting like he want to play football, it's pretty lazy if you ask me. And all those guys in that Serbian team, they could do something at the World Cup, though. They really could. They weren't that bad the last time around. Listen, guys, I know you want to stick around with me all night and we could talk till the morning come. You see what I'm saying? But listen, I got to wake up in 4 hours. 4 hours I gotta wake up. And before I go to bed, I want to get a few clips out as well. I don't know how in the next hour, I'm going to attempt to put out a few clips for the most important games that's coming up tomorrow. So look out for those as well. Guys, look, gotta go, man. Gotta go. Appreciate the turnout again. You guys have been awful. And shout outs to the Umbro game, man. Oh my God. Listen, man. Listen. The swag is at 100 million trillion. Oh my God. Listen. Yeah, I'm just taking out the gear one by one. I have a whole lot of stuff in a pile over there on another computer chair, the other chair that I have. And I just have them piled up and I'm taking them out one by one, wearing them and then putting them in the laundry. When they come out of the laundry, I'm actually gonna start organizing them a lot better. I have a closet behind there. Guys, a closet, look at this. Just look at this. Hope this don't fall off. Look at this. See that? You see what I'm talking about? Those are all football shirts. And I have a whole pile of them over there in the corner. You know what I mean? I have over here. I have them over here. Look at it. Look at it. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. Oh my God. Oh, that's on a car seat over there. I have too many. I have way too many. But I have to, man, because I gotta look fresh every time I'm live. Gotta look fresh. And if there's any aspiring content creators, remember, gotta look fresh. You're in front of a lot of people. Make sure you're looking fresh, presentable, right? You see what I'm saying? So look, guys, look. It's been fun. It's late. Gotta go up, hang out with the wife a bit before I fall asleep. And I got work early in the morning. Don't forget that. I got work. Let me get some rest. It's been fun. Who knows? Maybe I'll do another World Cup Qualifiers daily tomorrow after the Concacaf matches. Let's see what I do. Let's see. I'm a crazy guy. I might just do it. I scheduled one. I might just make it work. Maybe 11:30. Who knows? For about an hour. Who knows? Who knows? But guys, look, man. Look. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. We'll be live later at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for Super Tuesday watch along, where final European place, final playoff spot as well, I think, and a few third round spots, 4 to be exact, will be determined in Africa. We have games in Conmebol, games in Concacaf, games in Asia, and it's Super Tuesday, man. Guys, big up to everybody. You guys are the real deal. Thanks for subscribing. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Road to 48K is in full effect. We should hit 48K before the year is over. And during the AFCON and the build-up to all the other qualifying games, and we should hit 50K. And the World Cup, sky's the limit, baby. So, thanks again there. Don Z, a most underrated YouTuber. You're better than Annoying Goldbridge. Of course I am. Of course, I know that. I know that. I don't mean to be cocky, but I know that. I'm a city man. Of course. He's United, of course. You got to be confident. Not cocky, but confident. Thank you there, John Burns, again. Appreciate that. If Canada qualifies for 2022, they'll also qualify for 2026. And there will be 6 spots available for 2030. Canada might qualify from 2022 to 2034. You're absolutely right about that. This Canadian team and what they're building right now, absolutely amazing. All right? So, guys, man, appreciate it. How many likes did we hit for today? 58. 2 dislikes. That's all good. Guys, like the video if you haven't yet done so. Smash up the thumbs up button. Yeah, the same thing. Smash up the thumbs up button. A 2-hour live stream. 20 minutes more than yesterday. But I love you, but I gotta leave you. I'm out of here. All right? So, from your boy Dom, until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Peace.